Thank you, everyone. It's such an honor to be here today. It's really a very big day for me. And Sandeep, like you, I actually missed my graduation speech. For some reason, I never attended my graduation day. So I thought I should not leave you guys quickly, like I never do. So another 10 minutes or 5 minutes, you'll have to bear with me. So it's a big day for me, and I normally never use a cheat sheet, but I'm nervous. So I'm using notes today, so excuse me if I'm not my best. So good afternoon to all of you. My dearest friend Sandeep, our very honorable Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Satish Anand, all faculty whom we all love, very dear parents, you're the inspiration for all of us. Our dear press, but more importantly, our very dearest students and guests. So a big round of applause to all of you. I first have to thank Sandeep, Mr. Bakshi to be here. He's a very busy man, and when I requested him to be part of this function, he never once said no. So thank you, sir. I'm also thankful to him and to Kuldeep, Roger. They've taken my speech away. So all the points which I wanted to say are pretty much covered, but I'll still try to recap a few things. It's been such a wonderful and inspirational day for me. I can't tell you how proud I feel today when I see all of you come on stage and speak a few words. When I see the gleaming parents, the sparkle in their eyes, and the future being sorted out for all of you. So please make all of them proud. I also would like to thank all, all the others who are not probably part of the Faculty of Management Sciences, who've made Shoolini one of the best MBA schools in North India. And we say all of this, and many times we think it's sort of plain speak, but there are reasons why I say this today. And I'm going to throw some numbers because we're all numbers people, we're all analytical people. As I was speaking with Sandeep and I was coming up from Chandigarh, and he's an XLRA graduate, I went to Jamnalal Bajaj, we were discussing that the success of an MBA program is only one thing. It's all summed up in your placements. And it's all summed up in how good professionals and people you become over the years, but at the moment it's all about placements. So I don't have to say much on this. Our graduating students, you students, say it all, but let me throw some numbers. Our average salary in the last 3 years has moved from 3 lakhs to 6.2 lakhs this year. We've been able to place all of you almost. I think a couple of you are left, but that's always how a tale is. And I'm absolutely confident that Arvind, I think there are 15 shortlisted seats in the pipeline, but 70 jobs, 7 days, great companies, not one single, I would say, regional company in the list is no mean feast. It's a huge achievement for all of you. So you have to be very, very proud of yourself. And I can tell you that I feel so proud and full of gratitude as I stand over here today. I have to tell a small story. I was the founding project manager of the Indian School of Business, which is today India's premier business school. I have no doubt that in the next 5 to 7 years, we'll be rubbing shoulders with the ISV students of the world. I have absolutely no doubt the future of India is you guys. You will make India tick. And remember what I always say, if Mr. Modi could do what he did, if Mr. Modi could do and beat the guys who went to Cambridge and Oxford, which he did, right? He beats him every day. You guys will beat the guys who had the privilege of going to the most so-called, quote-unquote, privileged schools of Sanar or the IITs or IIMs, etc. You will be the successful people, and you will be the guys who will be the chief guests of the future over here. So we've all had a very busy day, and I won't take it very long, but in my usual style, I'll leave 5 things for you guys to remember. I always say 3 or 5 things. So I think it's a big day today, so we'll make it 5. And it's a lot for you guys to remember. But even if you remember one thing out of my 5, I think my task is accomplished. So I'll go one by one. The first, believe in magic. Magic happens. I remember, 20 months ago when I met all of you in August 2015. And I remember a sparkle in the eyes of all of you. I remember meeting some very, very exciting students. But I went to Arvind and I told him, gosh, how the heck will we ever place these guys? And it happened. And it happened in a brilliant way. Every recruiter who came said, it's the best class. It's much better than anyone we have seen in any campus in North India. You guys are so different today. I don't know what the magic portion is. I don't know what happened. But some magic happened. And you have to believe in this magic. This magic happens because of your parents. This magic happens because of our faculty. This magic happens because of you. It's unbelievable. But keep this magic happening. Keep practicing. Believe in yourself. And like I said, I have absolutely no doubt that in the next 20 years, with the numbers that ICSE Prudential is recruiting from Shoolini, there will be a CEO of ICSE Prudential from Shoolini University. I think the second thing which I'd like to leave over here is that always make your parents proud. Just remember that to be where you are today, they've made huge sacrifices to take you where you are. So do something very simple. Just don't forget the values they gave you. They've always taught you to be honest, straightforward. Just do that. Never go beyond that. But more importantly, we forget all this all the time. Just go and hug them, right? Do this after the ceremony. Just go and hug them. And whenever you tell them, don't forget to tell them, I love you, mommy, I love you, papa. Just do that every time you meet them. Third thing, just be yourself. Live your dream. So you all know that I'm a very, very big fan of Steve Jobs, so I'm going to quote him. And he gave this very famous speech at Stanford, where he's sort of given a quote which says, don't ever be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Me and Sandeep were talking about it, and he was saying, what type of talent does he want at ICSE Prudential? And the only thing that came about was, he said, I want that talent. Who really wants to be part of my company? Who's hungry? Who wants to succeed? So I always have that fire in your belly, as I call it. Go with the intuition. Remember all the inspirational stories we have shared, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, blah, 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 whatever. Remember that there'll be all people who'd like to pull you to mediocrity. Everyone wants you to fail around you, or at least not fail, but pull you down to their level of mediocrity. So you have to step up. You have to make sure that you're above the rest, and it's not an easy one. So you need to have that conviction and the courage. Steve Jobs had that. I'm sure Sandeep has it. I'm sure Steve has it. Every faculty member of you has it. Our trustees have it. So build that. Everyone laughed when we were building Shoolini. I remember a presentation I had with the Secretary, Government of India. He took my presentation and threw it in the dustbin. It was extremely disheartening. But what the heck, I pretty much told my father and a vice chancellor at that point of time, I'm not in it. And that's what I've learned from him. He said, don't worry, ho jata hai. We'll try again. And we tried again. It took us 5 years to get the license. But now you see this beautiful university. So, believe in yourself. Fourth, Sandeep spoke about it. Always be very humble. And don't listen to cynics. Sandeep Bakshi is my role model. I do a lot of things. I've never told him this, but lots of things I've learned in my tens of meetings that I've had with him, first as a client and then as a friend. And the amazing thing about him is that he is so humble, but he's also assertive when needed. So just keep that trait. Also, don't listen to your cynics. You know, this is probably the piece of advice which I'm absolutely certain about. And I'm going to give a quote over here which says, you know, they were wrong about my generation, and I can tell you they'll be wrong about yours. Right? So we just don't know what the future is going to be. Just don't listen to the people who say this can't happen. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, because ऐसा ही होता है और ऐसा ही होगा. और पिछले 500 सालों से the change is happening and it will happen. And disruption is going to happen all the time. Finally, have fun. Don't work hard, but play hard. If you're not having fun in your life, you won't succeed. I can bet on that. So if you all have hobbies, pursue your hobbies. Go and check with any successful professor, any successful CEO. They all have great hobbies. They all have something which is special. I think Sandeep, whatever little I've picked up, loves travel as an example. I spend a huge amount of time doing other things beyond Shoolini, though this is my passion. I love food. I cook food, I eat food, and love to travel. So all of you need to build this. Just remember that your life and your work are two different things. Your life is the only part of the first. So your life is most important. Your work, if your life is happy, your work will automatically happen happy. So don't forget having fun despite whatever your bosses tell, okay? So I'll just end. It's a lovely day. God is kind. My dear friend Google had predicted it's going to rain today, 10 days ago. I was very nervous. But like we always say, you know, we are blessed by Shoolini Mata, so we are blessed. It's a beautiful day. Couldn't have been better. But more importantly, what a beautiful crowd. So God is with all of you today. We're all blessed. So may God bless all of you. And finally, as I close my speech, I just wanted to thank everyone present in this, I won't say room, but in this audience. And everyone else whom we did not invite. Sorry for them. We wanted to keep it small and we wanted to make it a small event, unlike many other big events which become impersonal. But I wanted to thank all of you. Shoolini is a dream for all of us. It's a dream to build a great institution. It's a dream to change lives. It's a dream that all of us share together. And I can tell you it could not have happened with all of your support. It could not happen without any of you. You know, however good I might be, however good Kuldeep might be, or whatever you might think, it could not have happened without your parents' support. So big round of applause for that. So I'm not big in poetry, and I made a mistake. I didn't go to Praveen Vish's to get my lines of Hindi poetry. But I had to compete. I'm very competitive. So I'll end my speech with a small couplet. And I've modified it a little, so Praveen, don't pick me up from purity. Right? I've changed a few words. It's by Majrur Sultanpuri, one of someone that I really admire. हम तो अकेले ही चले थे जाने बेमंजिल मगर हम तो अकेले ही चले थे जाने मंजिल मगर आप सब साथ आते गए और कारवां बनता गया. Thank you. Jai Hind.